Season 10 is just around this quarter, and this video is going to tell you everything you need to do to prepare for day 1 on September 23rd of Tuesday next week. First off, let's talk about all the new additions that are coming to Season 10, and starting off are the new and improved Infernal Hordes. Called Chaotic Hordes, Infernal Hordes have been permanently improved with new affixes and reworks to a lot of existing boons and banes that you can choose between every wave, making things like etheric mass as well as the dreaded spires actually a lot more valuable and options to consider. It's not only going to be a Hellborn fest anymore, it seems. Also, they added new waves called Chaotic Waves. These have a rare chance to spawn on one of your waves that you can choose, and with it come different modifiers that you have to accomplish. For example, one has different waves popping up and trying to destroy an etheric mass in the middle that you have to protect, and others spawn a whole bunch of new ether goblins that you need to chase down, kill, and gather ether from. Beyond this, upon completing an Infernal Horde, you will now have the option to choose between fighting the Fell Council, as you did in previous seasons, or fighting a new boss who is Bartok, the Warlord of Chaos. But to fight Bartok, you need to pay a toll of 666 ether. However, it is quite worth it because his loot is really amazing, and it includes another new feature in Season 10 called Chaos Armor. Chaos Armor allows existing uniques to now spawn in any armor slot, including some weapons such as the new Orphan Maker for rogues. Have you ever wanted to wear Fists of Fate on your helm? Well, guess what? Now you can. And even better, chaotic uniques that roll this way also have their affix 25% higher than the normal max, and it is always capped. No more farming different uniques hoping for that perfect aspect with chaotic armor in the mix. Now, Bartok is the best way to farm for chaotic armor, which is why it's worth paying his toll whenever you have enough ether to do it upon completing Infernal Hordes. However, there are now new events in the open world as well as in dungeons called Chaos Rifts. Chaos Rifts have a chance to drop chaos armor, and they can be interacted in the open world, and then you could also find on Nightmare Dungeon sigils that allow these rifts to spawn within them. Beyond this, you do have a random chance to get chaos armor among other normal sources such as bosses, the pits, helltide chests, etc. Which means that if you want to target farm chaotic armor because, hey, say that you really do want those Fists of Fate on your helm, well, if you did want to target farm for that, you can gamble on a helm piece, or you could do helltides and target for a helm. Also, you could find these in Whisper caches, so those are different avenues that allow you to farm the specific slot of chaos armor you may be looking for. Now, of course, with the new season comes new powers, and these take the shape of what's called chaos perks. However, this time around, they completely change how some of your skills work. For example, a class-specific perk for necromancers allows their core skills to become ultimates, and then their ultimates to become core skills, really changing how you can play. So did you ever want to cast Bone Storm as long as you had resource for it instead of having to wait on a cooldown? Well, now you can, and each class has their own unique mechanic related to this. Now, unique and legendary perks will only drop from Bartok in Infernal Horde. That seems to be where we'll be spending a lot of our time this season, and for the other less rare perks, we'll be spending time gathering reputation for the new Vizjatar faction, which, for those lore nerds, are basically mage killers that went around and killed different magic users, including the original sorceress from Diablo 2, Isendra. And it looks like they're coming back to take vengeance on Bartok, who was a famous mage of the Vizjai clan back in the days of yore. Now, also some really cool cosmetics are coming with the reliquary this season, including what looks like a sword and shield that would best fit a paladin. Is this a little Easter egg of things to come? I don't know about you guys, but I would love my future paladin to be wielding these over here. Beyond that, you get some really cool wings, which honestly remind me of the Venatori from Dragon Age with the red aura surrounding the wings. And then my favorite of all that I'm looking forward forward to is an amazing new pet as a reward from the season journey named Pandora. If you had a reason to do the season journey to unlock a cosmetic, guys, Pandora is it. I love the little guy and I'm looking forward to it. And of course, let's not neglect the reliquary rewards, because you'll also get a very good boy to join along your adventures. Now, beyond the net new additions to the game, we are getting some quality of life improvements. First and foremost, I did cover this in one of my last videos. All bosses no longer have an immunity phase. Instead, where an immunity phase will normally pop up, they will instead generate a barrier, giving them more health for you to blow through. And beyond this, the Lilith fight is completely revamped, especially phase 2, where she will no longer go to a different platform and you have to wait it out for that platform to break before rejoining the main stage. And also, no more of those purple homing missiles that will one-shot you. Those are gone as well. Another quality of life change that I'm looking forward to as well is now Nightmare Dungeon sigils will have a marker next to them if they are part of an active whisper, making your choice of sigil to pop if you are farming Nightmare Dungeons a lot easier of a choice. Now, with all this information, if you are new to the seasonal mechanics of Diablo 4, here's a couple of notes for you to be aware of. First off, when you're participating in a new season, your existing character from season 9 or the Eternal Realm, if you're not playing seasonal, cannot participate in season 10. You would have to create a net new character. What this also means is that your gear, your golds, and your paragon levels, not to mention materials, will not transfer from your existing characters to season 10. Season 10 would be a completely blank economic state, not just for your character, but for the entire server. So that means if you have a bunch of different resplendent sparks, you might as well use them now in season 9, because you will not be able to carry them over. What does carry over, however, is transmogs. So any transmogs you earn or any titles that you're also working towards, you have a week to finish them, because those are permanent additions that you can bring with you to season 10. Now, in terms of in-game power that you can transfer to season 10, the only one you could really bring is renown. So any renown that you're currently working through in side quests, clearing strongholds, waypoints, etc. for a zone, it can reward you with additional potion slots, additional skills, and additional paragon skills, as well as maximum obol counts for gambling. So if you are working towards those, I do recommend, as a prep to season 10 to really hit the ground running, try and max out all the renown rewards per zone, because it'll allow you to have 10 maximum potions, plenty more skill points, as well as paragon, which can give you a leg up. Also, another thing you can do to prepare if you are a newer player is to collect all the statues of Lilith, because the passive power to stats and to paragon points that you get from collecting the statues of Lilith will also transfer over. And one last thing to give you a boost in terms of getting your reliquaries right away is by completing activities in season 9, you will gain favor points, and these favor points can cap at 99 and are used to redeem rewards in your reliquary for season 9 and season 10, and they do carry over. So that being said, things you can do to prep and get a leg up on season 10 are get all your altars of Lilith, do all your renown rewards for each region. There are 4 if you don't have the expansion, and max out your favor so you can get those cosmetics right off the bat. Now, besides those, the detailed patch notes for season 10 have just been released, and I'm linking it in my bio below. If you are curious, you can look through them to help with your decision on what class you want to play. And hey, if you don't want to dig through those and you want that answer given to you, tune in and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because the next video I'm going to release very shortly before season 10 start is going to talk about the best classes and builds to start off your season 10 journey with. And also, another thing you may want to prep for is a season 10 race. That's right, guys. If you have 3 other friends that want to participate in a competitive race to either clear Torment 1 or Torment 3 as fast as possible when season 10 goes live and win prizes for it, now is the chance. My fellow core skill team members, Cliptus and Immortalize, are running a race to Torment 1 or Torment 3. And upon completing it, you have a chance to win a prize of a premium Mobalytics subscription for up to a year, as well as battle passes for your team. To sign up, join my Discord, check the announcement, and list your team members. So what do you guys think of the new pieces coming into Season 10? Are you excited, and will you be joining us next week? Sound off in the comments below. And don't forget to like to further help the channel. As always, I want to give a special thanks to all my Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube supporters. Thank you for watching. Until next time.